Hi, welcome back to Nerdwing Square, where I'm Kyle,
I'm Eric.
and where we love nerd stuff more than Fujita believes he is the hype. But what do you want to talk about today, Eric?
I don't know what you want to talk about today.
So this week's episode is going to be around Dragon Ball, and why are we talking about Dragon Ball in general?
Yeah,
Eric?
because as a recording, it's a little bit over a month before Sparking Zero comes out, which is technically Tenkaichi 4.
Which that's exactly what I was gonna say, and I can't wait. I just paid it off.
Yeah, I was going to say. Yeah, no, it definitely is a big game this year. Everyone's like, "Oh, it's just another Dragon Ball game," and it's like, yes, technically it is, but it's been I want to say what 12 years. A little
I would
over.
say, yeah, because Tenkaichi 3 came out like, what, 2011?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's been about 13 years.
I mean, granted, other Dragon Ball games have come out, though. There's been Xenoverse, Xenoverse 2, Fighter Z, Kakarot.
Those are like the big ones. I mean, there was also like Battle of Gods. There was a bunch
Battle
of
of
stuff.
Gods. There was that one that you could play on the DS. The Fusion one.
Oh, yeah. The Fusion. Dragon Ball Fusion, literally.
Yeah, and then there was Dragon Ball Super Heroes that you can play on your Switch, which I have.
Random side tip. They just announced that Super Dragon Ball Heroes is over.
I know. I haven't watched any of it.
I haven't either. I'm just saying, like, that was just convenient timing because they're like, oh, here's the new game. This other one that was based on a card game is over, by the way.
Right. Speaking of which, real quick, I want to point out something. We are dressed for this monumental occasion, in my opinion. He has his fit, and I got my fit. Big old Dragon Ball fans, and I even got it. There you go. There we go. Right there. It's kind of hard to see. I can't turn my arm that way. I got the Z tattoo.
There you go.
And it's not finished. I have one more putting on to it.
Yeah, I was going to say, I just don't have the money to get any more tattoos.
So this tattoo, I always told myself that when the legend, sadly,
Mr.
passes away, Akira Toriyama Sensei, the creator of Dragon Ball in its entirety,
yes,
passed away, I would get his birth year and then death year
right under the Z.
right underneath, which I'm rather bony and that's gonna hurt.
Oh yeah, that's gonna kill you.
But real quick, just pay our respects. Moment of silence, please. 10 seconds. I don't remember. I was trying to see how long it was.
Yeah, it's all good.
But we figured we'd start the video with, for anyone who hasn't watched Dragon Ball Z, Super, GT, any of it, and this is going to be a long one. I'm forewarning you now. This is
we want to give
you
a good history of.
So we're basically gonna kind of cliff note it, kind of just talk about Dragon Ball all the way to Super GT, depends on what you're feeling. Is the end, but I'm gonna leave Eric to talk about the end of, or talk about Dragon Ball, the beginning of it all. Yeah, and we'll go from there. I'll be back.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so Dragon Ball was really a really odd project for Akira Toriyama. It was one of his bigger ones. Before that, he had like Dr. Slump, but then he wanted to make something more based on what?
Keep going.
He's doing something weird in the corner. Forgive me. Anyways, and so he really wanted to base something around Sun Wukong, which is the legend of a man or a demigod, I believe it is. That it was a monkey. It's very odd. Just look it up. It's hard for me to describe. Which, and funny enough, there's a game called Black Myth Sun Wukong that just came out that might be better suited to explain than I am. But Dragon Ball starts with Goku as a child, which is a Dragon Ball as a whole is just a whole different thing, like 5 than Z, because it really follows him aging from a kid into an adult, finding his way, having fun with Bulma and the early crew, which is most of the Z fighters. I don't think they introduced a new one in Z until like the end.
Vegeta.
Yeah, well, Vegeta. But the main cast of crew of Z was in Dragon Ball, and everyone there wasn't really a whole lot of power-ups and craziness like that. I mean, Goku's main mode of transport wasn't flying; it was the flying Nimbus, or he walked, or power pole. But it ends at I think it's the 20th World Tournament.
I think so.
And then it ends right then and there when Goku and Chi-Chi gets married, because this is the story of how they met. And then it leads into Z. What should you want to talk about Z?
Well, I was going to say a couple points. There were, in Dragon Ball, there was the Red Ribbon Army, which will make an appearance again in Z. And Red Ribbon Army, evil organization, they just wanted to rule the world.
Which, they weren't led by Emperor Pilaf. I don't remember. Yep. Emperor Pilaf was a whole separate...
arc, I guess.
Yeah, well, Pilaf, I'm talking about villain-wise. So, like, Dragon Ball wasn't about these aliens or superpower beings. It was literally, hey, here's this regular evil organization. And Goku... That's the funny part. Goku accidentally defeats the Red Ribbon Army. He wasn't
Didn't do it purposely.
He was told about the Dragon Balls, and he was trying to get them to bring his grandpa back. And he runs in the Red Ribbon Army and literally annihilates them for the most part.
Yeah.
And then there was another villain called Emperor Pilaf. And he was after the Dragon Balls. So basically Emperor Pilaf and his crew, think of them as Team Rocket. Like, specifically Jesse and James and Meowth. Is literally what they were before.
Pilaf is Meowth.
Yes. But like I said, it's funny. It is very not for children. Oh. I don't know why Cartoon Network thought it was okay. Because
Akira Toriyama thought it was okay.
Akira that man. Well, like I was saying, he had Dr. Slump, which was his original, like before Dragon Ball, which was not real. Was about the same way as Dragon Ball. Yeah. But that one never made it to the States. Whereas Dragon Ball Z, oh my god, Dragon Ball Z. Well, there's Goku for an example. And I have plenty more over there. That is fine.
Okay.
He's
statue.
Yes.
That I broke one of the energy things off of.
Well, they pop out. Oh, okay. So just be very careful.
I didn't see it. You keep talking about that.
Yeah. But once the World Tournament ends, so the final arc is for King Piccolo, which is the father of Piccolo and Z.
Piccolo Jr.
Yeah, I was going to say Piccolo Jr. was the final antagonist of Dragon Ball, and then that leads into Dragon Ball Z, which...
Oh, hi. So Dragon Ball Z kicks off, what, you say, 3 or 4 years?
I believe it's 5 years.
5 years?
Because that's how it goes.
5 years after Chi-Chi and Goku get married, and guess what? They had a kid. That's right, they did the deed.
And can we talk about how Goku thought marriage was food?
Yes. Goku, okay. I love the man. He's not entirely real, but I love the man, but he's dumber than a box of rocks.
I thought marriage was food.
But him and Chi-Chi had a kid. His name is Gohan. Gohan was actually named after Goku's grandpa Gohan, which I thought was really nice. But Goku takes Gohan to see Master Roshi and all his old friends from the Dragon Ball series. Bulma, Krillin, Yamcha, I think, is there too.
Yep.
And meanwhile, while this is happening, a space pod lands in somewhere in the Earth and kills the greatest character I ever lived, the farmer.
Farmer lived that.
I thought he died.
No.
Oh, never mind.
Because he appears later on in the series, and I was like, what the
Well, he probably got revived.
Yeah, that's true.
But anyways, so the space pod consisted of a alien who had very long hair and a tail, much like Goku did when he was a kid. So Piccolo was the first to encounter Piccolo Jr. to be exact, who just goes by Piccolo now.
Kamiko.
We'll get to that in a second.
I'm sorry.
But he encounters this alien, And they fight, and he just... it's a brief fight. Like, the alien who now says his name is Radix just beats the crap out of him. Not like on the verge of death, beat the crap, but hits him pretty good. Excuse me.
I was going to say, we might want to cliff note Z a little, because
Z can take forever. Okay, so Radix goes to Master Roshi's house, finds Goku, reveals to Goku that he is actually a Saiyan, and that Radix is his brother, funny enough. And next thing you know, Radix steals Gohan. Not kidnaps. He steals. And Piccolo comes and says, I will help you fight. They go fight. Yoshi. You will notice as we talk about certain things in Z, we will make other references to a channel called TFS Dragon Ball Abridged.
It is worth the watch, but...
Anyways, so Goku and Piccolo team up, fight Radix. Piccolo uses a move called the Special Beam Cannon. He fires it and drills it through Radix and Goku, thus killing Goku.
And then shortly after that, the whole group learns that the Dragon Balls on Earth aren't working, so they had to go to Namek.
Yes. So, after that, during that whole spiel, the reason why they stopped working is Piccolo and the god of their world, Kami, are connected, and Piccolo dies during a fight against two more Saiyans, Vegeta and Nappa. When Piccolo dies, Kami dies. Well, luckily, Goku got brought back to life, and it was a hard-fought fight, but he beat the Saiyans. He beat Vegeta. He completely beat Nappa, paralyzed him, in fact. And
Vegeta throws them in the air and blows them in smithereens.
Like, just complete obliteration. Fast forward to Gohan, Krillin, and Bulma go to a planet called Namek, which is where actually Piccolo is from.
But Piccolo didn't know this.
No, he thought he was a demon.
Yeah. Which is a whole... Okay, so... I feel like we need to give a bit of the story. So Namek is where they fight Frieza and the Ginyu Force. I don't want to spoil a whole lot because there's probably people that haven't.
Yeah, you're right. So while there, they fight Frieza, not just the Ginyu Force, the Frieza Force in its entirety.
Yeah.
Vegeta appears, helps them out. That's all I'm gonna say. Goku recovers and comes back and fights.
And then he becomes that.
And I'm not picking it back up again.
Yeah.
He comes back and he fights. Becomes the yellow Super Saiyan character. Namek blows up. Everybody is alive except for Frieza, kind of. And go from there. Eric, I feel like you should explain the next saga.
Oh, the Android saga? One of the better sagas that they did.
I'll do the Cell saga after that. You Android.
So, the Red Ribbon Army that we were talking about earlier, one of the scientists lived, and his name was Dr. Gero, and he made androids to kill Goku and the crew because he wanted revenge, and so...
Not these androids either.
So, and there's a time travel twist to this where Vegeta and Bulma's kid comes back from the future to kill the androids because in his timeline the androids killed everybody but him, Gohan, and his mother. And so he comes back to warn them of the androids, and chaos ensues when the androids appear and...
Yamcha dies.
Yeah, Yamcha dies again. Oh yeah, Yamcha died in the
Saiyan saga.
So the one that we were just talking about. But and then Cell appears, which is another android from the future. Let's just say Dragon Ball Z is a lot of time travel, superpowers, aliens, and it's a lot. I wanted to give it explanation, but like I said, I just feel like this is too...
I get where you're going for. So basically, Cell comes in. His main objective is to absorb androids 17 and 18. He ends up absorbing 17 after him and Piccolo fist each other for a while. And you guys, people who have seen it will know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. So, it's okay.
I choked a little because it made me laugh. But no, so... The animation style for Dragon Ball Z was very literal, I guess is the best way to put it.
Yeah.
Because when someone got punched in the stomach, their fist would be appearing through their back.
Yeah.
Like, not like actually through their back, but literally their back arched into a fist.
It was funny.
So
that's why I said they were fisting each other. It's a terrible reference, but I mean, hey, you know, we're all adults here. Anyways, so Cell absorbs 17. Some shenanigans happen. He ends up absorbing 18 to achieve his perfect form, and thus he creates the Cell Games, basically a tournament based around the Tenkaichi tournament for them to try to beat Cell.
Yeah, because he was literally so bored. He's like, before I blow everything up, I want to see if anyone can beat me.
So the lovely Z Fighters, which not everybody goes in there. It's only Goku, Gohan, Vegeta, Future Trunks, and Piccolo for a minute. Go into this room of miracle space and time, aka the hyperbolic time chamber. Eric?
The hyperbolic time chamber basically sells time, but it's like, what is it? 1 minute equals 1 year?
No, it's 1 hour equals a year.
Yeah. So they were in there for literally 5 hours and age. Well, they don't age. They just excel 5 years. It's very, very
confusing,
weird.
Magical.
Yeah.
While in there, Goku taught Gohan to go Super Saiyan, and he also went further beyond, but we don't need to get further into that.
And this is to go even further.
The Cell Games begin, and let's just say one human went to go fight Cell and just got, pardon the language, bitch slapped into a mountain.
Quite literally, just.
And that man's name is Hercule Satan. That's a cool name, though.
Yeah.
Hercule Satan, he's just human. He can't do anything. He can throw rocks and grenades.
He's considered the Earth's mightiest warrior because of winning tournaments. That
beat Goku. He did?
Yeah.
I called that a fluke. Anyways, the Cell Games begin, and immediately it's Goku versus Cell. And the fight prolongs, them showing each other's techniques, aka everything Goku learned from everybody around him.
That's one thing we throw in there real quick. Goku really doesn't have original techniques.
Everything he's learned is from everybody.
I was going to say, I know people are going to destroy us in the comments, but it's the truth. The man literally just, that looks cool.
Well, let's name it. The Kamehameha Master Roshi.
Yeah. Destruct Elders.
Krillin. Solar Flare. Tien.
Yeah.
Where's Kaioken? King Kai has his name in it.
Yeah.
Spirit Bomb, King Kai. And then as we go further, he'll learn more from other people.
The
anyways, Goku and Cell fight for a while. The highlight of that is when Goku uses his instant transmission and Kamehameha together to literally blow Cell's top half. But Cell has regenerative capabilities thanks to Piccolo, so he just came back just fine.
Real quick, Piccolo's race is basically plants. They don't
100%.
eat, they don't drink, they just exist.
That's fair. They're plants without water.
Yeah.
Goku gives up. He says, "It's your turn now, Gohan," and he sends his child to fight this monster.
I mean, to be fair, I think he was 12 or 11.
That doesn't make it better.
Here, go fight the giant green cockroach.
Pretty much. Then Gohan steps up and he starts getting his ass kicked. I won't lie. He does put up a fight, but he does get punched around. And then something happens, an android named Android 16, which there's a whole conspiracy around him. Look up that. Those are fun conspiracies with him. Well, he gets his head smashed in. Go ahead.
Oh, no, when we get to Super. Yeah.
Okay. He gets his head smashed in. Like 100, it falls off, and Cell smashes it. Then, in my opinion, one of the best moments in Dragon Ball Z history, at least, is Gohan goes Super Saiyan 2. He breaks the barrier for Super Saiyan. And then a fight ensues, and it all ends all together. First off, with Gohan punched Cell so hard, he spit out 18. He reverted to his second form.
Yeah.
Then he attempted to blow himself up along with the world, and then Goku transported him and Cell elsewhere, and
onto King Kai's planet, and blew up. This man decided to teleport a literal ticking time bomb onto someone's planet.
A god, no less.
And just blow him and everyone else on the planet up. Because they all died. They technically all died.
Yeah, they all died, and they just popped up right there on Snake Way.
Yeah.
But then Cell comes back because he has the regeneration of Piccolo, and he has the Saiyan cells in him. He came back stronger. Saiyan cells act as if you are beaten half to death, but you live, you are now stronger. Don't ask me how. It's just the anime. But that whole fight ensues with a final Kamehameha blast between Cell and Gohan.
Who, mind you, has a broken arm.
Yeah, his arm is completely broken. Cell uses his Solar Kamehameha, which is basically his ultimate attack, versus Gohan's initially is just a Kamehameha, and then Goku somehow was there for him for a father-son Kamehameha. Thus, Cell gets completely obliterated.
Yeah. And that's the end of Z. Not really. That was the intended end of
That was the intended. They were supposed to end it. They didn't.
Yeah, it goes on to...
I'm not upset about it.
No. Which it goes into what is called the Buu Saga. So it's Gohan as a teenager, more or less, for the first half. It's just
like 16, by the way.
Yeah. For the first half, it's just literally his life and him trying to still be a hero of Earth without people knowing.
The Great Saiyaman!
The Great Sandman. Oh, the Great Sandman. So, let's be completely honest on that. The strict trauma that boy received on Namek from the Ginyu Force.
Really? Yeah.
It hit him so hard he became Ginyu Force. Yeah.
While going to high school and being the Great Saiyaman, he meets a woman named Videl. A girl.
Yeah, I was going to say girl.
And Videl, conveniently, is the daughter of the one, the only, Mr. Satan, which I think is just hilarious. There's a city named after him, too. It's called Satan City. Mm-hmm. So Videl finds out Gohan is the Great Saiyaman. Some time passes, and she convinces him to teach her how to fly.
And, manipulate ki.
And then eventually learn to fly. During this time, too, during the years that have passed, let's say about 5 years.
Yeah.
Chi-Chi had another child. His name was Goten. So Goku, laid a seed before he went off the other world again.
He's like, there's a kid coming, hold on.
So, world's worst dad, honestly. But,
I wouldn't go that far.
He abandoned both his kids.
Well, I'm saying more anyways, let's just continue.
There'll be another day. Yeah. But, so Goten, and Chi-Chi has actually been teaching Goten just basic martial arts and everything. And he was taught ki control, so he's already able to fly and everything. Fast forward to the next world tournament, where Goku gets to come back. He's still dead, but he can at least participate in the World Martial Arts Tournament. Everybody's excited.
Which I don't understand.
Baba.
I know. It's just, how do you register for a living martial arts tournament?
Halo was an accessory. Everyone is excited, especially Vegeta, who we forgot to mention before, or Eric kind of touched on it. Vegeta has basically joined the Z-Fighters. In this time, he's settled down. Future Trunks has went off, but the real Kid Trunks has been born. And Vegeta's just lived a normal life, basically being the richest woman's in the world husband.
People say money can't buy anything. They literally bought her a planet-destroying...
Yeah, man. It bought her the Prince of all Saiyans. So, Vegeta's excited. This all takes place. Tournament begins. First, it's the kids fight. Goten and Trunks fight. It's a fight. Then, a person named Shin appears. And this is where things start to get a little weird. Eric?
So, Shin is actually a Supreme Kai.
God.
He is literally the god of gods. It's a weird concept in Dragon Ball, but it is what it is. And Piccolo is terrified of this man.
Piccolo doesn't get really scared easily.
Yeah.
And he's looking at this purple mohawk looking dude.
That's probably what, like 4'3"?
Yeah.
Like tiny dude.
Yeah.
And so it really leads into Gohan's next fight Videl's, right? Videl's first.
Against a man named Spokovich. That's a cool name.
Yeah.
Spokovich, and there was another one. I can't think of his name. Anyways, they were evil guys. They were ripped out of their mind, and they had an M tattooed on their head. Spokovich fought Videl. Videl put up a fight, but she just got annihilated. Like, not even just, like, beat. He was brutal with her. Like,
it was bad.
It is something, if you were to watch, you would get uneasy watching it. I still get uneasy watching it.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Gohan is getting pissed. And the fight ends, and it's now Gohan versus the man who escorted Supreme Kai, Kibito, who is he's just like a bodyguard in a sense. He orders Gohan to go Super Saiyan. Gohan, being the smart ass that he is, says, "Do you want to see just Super Saiyan, or do you want me to go further beyond?" And he goes to Super Saiyan 2. They don't really fight. Kibito gives up. Supreme Kai then tells Goku and Vegeta what's happening. Gohan, Goku, Vegeta, and Piccolo, and Krillin, I forgot about Krillin, go to in this rocky land where a wizard known as Babidi. Yes, we'll get to the Bibbidi part in a minute.
I know.
Babidi is waiting the arrival of Majin Buu.
And so they all arrive at the ship. It's a ship, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a ship built into the ground.
To stop them under what Supreme Kai has asked them to do. And there's multiple levels, and
it's just crazy.
Yeah, the simple fact that Goku, Vegeta, and Gohan have to play rock, paper, scissors to decide who fights who.
Let's put it like this. These are three of the strongest people at the time that we know in the universe. And they are jokingly playing Rochambeau to just fight somebody. It's ridiculous. Anyways, Vegeta wins. He wins his first match, no problem. Goku is next. He wins his match, no problem. Gohan fights somebody named Dabura. Dabura is the Demon King of the Demon Realm. And he has been taken over by Babidi's magic, which is what the M is. He awakens the evil in their heart. While fighting Dabura, he's also struggling very much against Dabura. Babidi reaches out to Vegeta, knowing that our boy Vegeta he's still evil. He doesn't want to. He wants to be stronger than Goku, aka Kakarot. And Babidi awakens the evil in his heart, and thus, in my opinion, one of the coolest characters ever to be created. Majin Vegeta was born, or Prince of Dark or Destruction is what Xenoverse 2 listed him as, which was even better. Goku and Vegeta fight once again. And this time, while they're fighting, they notice Gohan's energy it's gone. And Dabura's energy has disappeared. Vegeta and Goku end the fight.
All I can think of is a bridge with
and they agree to go fight Majin Buu. Well, meanwhile, after the Senzu beams are taken, which, by the way, Senzu beams are basically a bean that will replenish everything. You could be sick. You could be injured. You could have a hole in your chest. It will fix it. Almost. More than likely it will fix it. It heals. It's a bean that heals.
Or you just throw a Dende in there. Go get him, Dende!
Yes, Dende is a Namekian who is now actually the god of Earth. We totally skipped a Piccolo. Yeah, it's fine.
We're just Cliff Notes.
Dende is now the god of Earth. Kami is inside Piccolo. But...
Checkmate.
But... While after the Senzu beams are taken, Vegeta just goes right behind Goku and knocks him out. and goes and fights Majin Buu. While fighting Majin Buu, he realizes he can't win, and he does the unthinkable. He blows himself up. Just
and still doesn't kill Majin Buu.
Majin Buu can regenerate like no other. Then Goku comes. He fights, and then, in my opinion, best episode around. The only one of the few episodes that was simulcasted in Japan and here in America. At the same time, Super Saiyan 3, the scream heard around the world.
Which, do you know that he almost passed out doing that, right?
Oh, yeah, I know. Sean Schemmel couldn't do it.
Yeah, I was going to say, Sean Schemmel is the English voice actor that we know, and he literally went on record saying that scream was one that almost made him pass out because it was so long.
He screamed for a solid 5 minutes straight.
Yeah.
I can barely do a minute.
Yeah.
But, Super Saiyan 3, still not enough to beat Buu. But Goku convinces Buu to wait 7 days? 7 days.
Yeah.
7 days, and a fighter who is worthy of fighting him
would appear.
Thus enter the news saga. Eric?
I was going to say, isn't that... And then Super Buu.
Well, yes, but, So...
You're better at explaining that.
Okay, so Hercule, believe it or not, Mr. Satan comes back and actually calms down Majin Buu for a period of time. It doesn't go long because Majin Buu, who's, by the way, this big fat tub of lard.
He's literally a giant piece
toddler
of pink bubble gum.
Yeah, I know. I really want some gum now, too. He gets mad. I won't say why, but he spouts off a very anorexic gray version of himself. And yes, he is anorexic. Thus known as Evil Buu. Evil Buu then absorbs Majin Buu and becomes Super Buu. Super Buu finds where the Z Fighters are hiding, says, "Where's my fight? Produce my fighter." And they're not ready yet because the fighter is still training. So what does Majin Buu do? All utter genocide.
He literally has this attack called
Assault Rain,
and it just key blasts literally encompass in the entire globe and kills everybody but the Z Fighters.
So after that, he's like, "I want the fighter." So after some unforeseen deaths happen, the fighter is brought out. Piccolo takes him to the hyperbolic time chamber. There you see Goten and Trunks standing there actually, waiting for Majin Buu. They do a thing which I will not recreate because I just don't want to do it. Called the fusion dance, where they fuse 100%. Where the fighter now known as Gotenks is born. Gotenks fights Super Buu inside the hyperbolic time chamber. Piccolo explodes the door so they can't get out.
Yeah.
Buu gets pissed and screams his way out of the room. Now, the hyperbolic time chamber it's a dimension.
He literally yells so hard that it rips a hole in another dimension.
Into their world. Normal world, I guess.
Yeah.
Gotenks goes Super Saiyan 3. Don't ask me why the logic's there, but it's there.
Just straight from 1 to 3.
Yep. And him and Piccolo burst through. Yippee. Gohan lived. On another world, Gohan pulled out a sword called the Z Sword, broke it in the meantime, and brought out an Elder Kai, which he is important for later. Elder Kai, actually Supreme Kai is important for later.
Yeah.
Elder Kai awakens Gohan's powers. Thus, Mystic Gohan is born. Mystic Gohan, or just Gohan, fights Super Buu, almost beats him before Super Buu absorbs Gotenks and Piccolo, and then he eventually will absorb Gohan. Carry on.
And then he fights Goku, and Goku... Goku can't hit him, and then the Kais are like, "Hey, take my earrings. You can fuse." So that's...
Or fusion.
Yeah, that's Potara fusion, and so initially he tries to get fused with Gohan, and Gohan, mind you, who literally caught bullets earlier in this season, could not catch an earring midair. So Goku and Vegeta fuse into Vegito, which is... I don't know how to describe Vegito. It's just Vegito.
He's not really cocky. He's more cocky. He's more Vegeta than he is Goku. And basically Goku, Vegeta, you've merged the names together. There you go. Yeah. He goes Super Saiyan. That's all he can do, and he nearly beats Super Buu Gohan or Buhan.
Which Gohan at that point was considered the strongest being.
So they couldn't do it. They were able to get everybody who Buu absorbed out. But then they used instant transmission to go to the land of the Kais, which is where Gohan was actually awakened. Meanwhile, while everybody was being pulled out of Majin Buu, he started taking on different forms. Yeah. Eventually originating to his original form,
which was Kid form. Yep.
Or pure Majin. Kid Buu, or pure Majin, however you want to look at it, goes around destroying the universe until he finds Goku and Vegeta. To end it all really quickly, they all fight. Goku uses the spirit bomb from the energy of everybody from Earth, blows them away. While he's doing so, he asks to see. He wants them to come back.
Yeah.
And King Yama hears it down the line, and that at that point is the end of Z.
Yeah, and I know there's two more, but they're converging time. I think we should just hold off and let.
I was gonna say Super. We'll talk. Either we can talk about Super real quick. I say we do it quick. There's a Battle of Gods. As Beerus the Destructor, Goku obtains a new form of Super Saiyan God. Then he uses that form to obtain other forms, and that's it.
Yeah, it basically he keeps piling Super Saiyan onto with God Ki, and it's a multiverse series or season, and GT's another. Go watch them.
Yeah, watch them.
The main ones you needed were Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. So
I will say, if you want to watch Z, but like you don't want, because there's a lot of filler episodes.
Kai,
you can watch Dragon Ball Z Kai, or if you want to have a good laugh and still kind of understand the premise of it, go watch Dragon Ball Z Abridged. And you'll understand all some of the references we've made. Yeah. But alright, time for some questions. Eric, you ready?
Yeah. And yeah, good.
Okay. In your opinion, aside from Goku and Vegeta, who's your favorite hero?
Team Gohan by far, just because that shows that, like, oh yeah, Goku and Vegeta aren't always the main character. I think that's the main reason why.
Okay. See, me personally, I don't get wrong, I love Team Gohan. He's great. I'm gonna go Piccolo.
Oh yeah, Piccolo's great too.
Better father than Goku was. And he's got some good moments too, and he becomes Kamiikolo or whatever.
Yeah, I was gonna say my side note. My second favorite that isn't the main guys is Krillin. Because let's be honest, he was in every major fight throughout Z, and yet he had next to no chance.
Here's the thing: we gotta respect Krillin because he bagged one of the best baddies in the Dragon Ball world. He got 18, and not only that, he had a kid with her too.
Yeah,
still a better father than Goku. Favorite villain?
Ooh, you go first because I gotta think of mine.
So I got two actually. So first one is Cooler. And not Meta Cooler. I don't like the Android one.
Really?
Yeah. I'm just meh on him.
Fair enough.
And Cooler is in a movie. He's Frieza's brother. We'll just leave it at that. I like his final form.
I was gonna say real quick, the movies for the most part, up until the Super ones, are just consider them their own time.
Yeah, pretty much. On timelines and everything like that. And then if I had to pick, I'd have to go with OG Broly, actually.
He's so good.
He's so goddamn cool!
The main reason why I would pick that Broly is just that one line. Yep. A monster. I'm not a monster. I'm the devil. Like, just, ooh.
Chills. But, honestly, or I'd have to... I got one more, and I'm sorry. I got two more. I'm sorry. Goku Black, which is in Super. We'll just say that. He's laughing for another reason.
Watch Super. That's all I'm going to say.
Or, okay, this one gets confusing. It's Super Buu, but he's absorbed the South Kai. So South Kai was
the bulky muscle.
He's a ripped mother effer, and those are mine. But Eric, what are yours?
Definitely OG Broly, and then so real quick for anyone, if you get in Dragon Ball and you look up Broly, so there's Dragon Ball Z Broly, which is the one we're talking about, and then there's Dragon Ball Super Broly.
There's two
Yes,
Brolys.
I know, confusing.
Well,
Well, I'm
both
saying
incredibly ripped too.
no. I'm just saying the movies are literally
There's
ones,
3 movies for OG Broly.
I know. I'm just saying the first ones are literally called both of Broly, just different.
Yeah, I know.
Series. But that one definitely, and then I know. I get this is going to be really weird, but Devilman. He's from the original.
I know who he is.
I know. He's so random, and yeah,
I like his pitchfork attack.
I know. But like, it's just he was just so random, but yet he beat Goku.
Yeah, he was entertaining. I agree with you on that one. Any more?
I could be sitting here all day.
We could, honestly. Okay, what's your favorite arc? Through all of Dragon Ball.
All of Dragon
Ball. So you can pick more than one.
I was gonna say, I gotta say the Shinron arc from GT is definitely up there. Favorite overall will probably be Cell Saga because that's just, so funny enough when that saga was coming, or like when we were watching it when it was coming on Cartoon Network, we were like just becoming teenagers.
Yeah.
So it was like that pinnacle. Oh my god!
We're growing up with Gohan kind of thing.
Yeah.
Me, I would have to say the Majin Saga in its entirety because we got a new form, 2 new forms if you count Mystic, and then 2 fusions together.
Yeah.
Or I would have to say the Goku Black arc with the shut up, Eric. Because then our boy Vegito comes back and just kicks ass, and Trunks too.
Yeah.
But yeah, favorite form.
Super Saiyan 4, 100%. And a lot of people, and I know in the comments this is coming. Super Saiyan 4 isn't. Yes, it is canon. Toriyama had already said it. It's just, to me, that form is just. I love how primal it is because the
Ozaru.
Yeah, Ozaru was the strongest form for Saiyans up until Toriyama made the Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
So it's literally taking that form and condensing it down to human size with the strength.
Yeah.
That just.
So I have 2. One I told you about, one I didn't. The first one is one that hasn't been made into the anime art style yet, but it's been in the manga, and that's Ultra Ego.
That's a good one too.
Which it's Vegeta's form. I'm not gonna get into it. Let's just say he has purple hair. We'll just go with that, and that's cool. It's one of my favorite.
And for once, him getting his ass beat actually helps.
Yeah, it's when he gets his ass kicked in. It really helps him out. And then my other one that no one knows a lot about, actually.
False Super Saiyan.
Yeah, it's False Super Saiyan God, which was in the Lord Slug movie, where Goku sort of went Super Saiyan. I said False Super Saiyan God.
Yeah.
False Super Saiyan, my bad. He sort of goes Super Saiyan. He emits the yellow aura, but his hair doesn't change colors. But he loses his pupils, too.
It's like a weird cross between his base and Super Saiyan.
Which, still, I love Full Super Saiyan.
Real quick, can we talk about the Super Saiyan form in the Afterworld tournament where
he doesn't go Super Saiyan? Or are you talking about when they're fighting the villains?
When he's fighting
Pikkon?
And,
so when he goes Kaioken and Super Saiyan at the same time?
But his hair doesn't change? Yep.
Or when he's fighting all the villains in Hell and he uses Super Saiyan power but his hair doesn't change? Yeah, the same thing. Alright, so we got really off track that one. Favorite moment in each series. So what I'm asking here, and pick one for each series.
Okay.
Dragon Ball, Z, Super, and GT. Do you want me to go first?
Yeah.
Okay. So for Dragon Ball, would have to be when Kid Goku at this time it's the very first Super Kamehameha after his friend Ader dies. He, like, a blue light erupts from him, clearing the clouds in the air, and he just shoots this wave right through the guy. Kills him, of course. But, it was great. Z, I would have to go with Vegeta's Atonement. When Majin Vegeta, when he blows himself up.
Yeah.
But he just, he wishes everyone farewell. He begs forgiveness, basically. Or when Vegeta admits that Goku's better than him, and when he's fighting Majin, but that's a good one too. Super, I lost it. I had it, and then I lost it. I guess the first appearance of Ultra Instinct, and then GT, the birth of Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta.
That's fair. I was gonna say, so my bless you.
Thank you. Sorry.
My Dragon Ball one is the same as when because it was a good animated scene. Like, I'm a sucker for animation. Like, that was a good one. Z, I have a couple. Like, one is definitely the first appearance of Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. Because it was so rage filled.
Are you talking the very, very first one, or the one during with Cell?
The Cell saga. Okay. Like, during the Cell.
There's another one, but I won't tell you.
But that one, and then the final Spirit Bomb.
Oh yeah.
Just because that was the end. There's a tournament after, but that was like the end of the story.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Super.
Super. It has to be Goku and Frieza knocking the hell out of Jiren at the end.
That was a good one.
Cause that was crazy, and then GT is Goku Super Saiyan 4 because it really I can't really.
No, I understand. I get it. In the comments below, if you don't mind, I do recommend. I ask. Let me put it like that.
No, you have
do it. I ask that you post. You tell us your favorite moments. It doesn't have to be from all 4 series.
Just
any favorite moment.
If you love Devilman kicking Goku halfway across the arena, do it.
Alright. I'm gonna switch 2 questions around real quick. Time to ask a question that everyone always asks each other: Vegito or Gogeta?
Gogeta, like they're 100% Gogeta. I mean,
I agree because Gogeta's 2 for 2.
Right well, now. not even when we're talking like fighting terms.
I know. I'm just talking fighting terms.
I mean, like yes, fighting terms. But just the pure cockiness is great. He's just like, I'm so good and I know it. Like,
so with the 2 fusions, I will say there's downfalls to them. Technically, for the Potara, they're supposed to be fused for life, but that's only involving gods.
Yeah, which doesn't get explained until Super. That's why we're saying watch Super if you want more lore.
It can only last for an hour unless they use all their power they have. Fusion, on the other hand, when they're on the fusion dance, only lasts 30 minutes unless they use all their power ahead of time. But I agree with you on Gogeta, actually. Also, just his moveset in general.
Yeah, it just feels like a more complete fusion for them versus Vegeta. Vegeta is just, to me, is just Vegeta with a little boost from Goku.
Yeah.
Whereas Gogeta feels like they're actually mixed together.
But, alright, well, I'm gonna take us away from the actual anime and games and anything like that. And I want to ask, what do you think about the cultural impact that Dragon Ball in its entirety has had on the world today?
It has, I don't know, you probably didn't watch any of the Olympics this year.
No, I didn't.
So many Dragon Ball. For anyone that did watch it, so many Dragon Ball references. There was Ginyu, there was Kamehameha, there was powering up the... Like, the simple fact that we have these world-class athletes referencing this show, game, anything.
It's a way of life, in my opinion.
Yeah, basically. But, like, to have that at the Olympics shows just how insanely far this has reached.
Yeah. And, me, I can agree with you on that. I mean, I remember a couple years ago, I'm a big wrestling fan, maybe not as much as I used to be, but, I still like wrestling, and there were these guys, the New Day.
I remember that.
They came out in insane armor, and Austin Creed, which happens, he's the one that plays Xavier Woods, is a big Dragon Ball Z fan. You know who else is a Dragon Ball Z fan? Ronda Rousey.
Yeah.
Yep. So, I mean, it impacts any kind of sport. It impacts lives. I've seen like TV shows like it's off in the distance where a character's kid is watching it in the background.
There's a lot of people that have been inspired to make stuff. Like I don't have a lot off the top of my head.
It's just there's so much, and then there's Dragon Ball themed restaurants. I think there's one in Florida too.
Yeah, it's called Super Saiyan.
And then
Soup or something.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's a ramen place. In the Middle East, they're making an
actual Dragon Ball theme park, like,
where you can find the Dragon Balls too, and you get a prize if you find all 7.
Yeah, it just the simple fact that one man, one show, one
Dream. One dream.
Yeah.
Could. I mean, it's
stretched that far.
Yeah. It's crazy. Basically, Dragon Ball in its entirety has had such an impact on everybody's lives that watches it. That means I'm not saying just everybody.
No, almost just everybody.
Almost generally everybody. You know, you're right. We're both right. It's had an effect on everybody's lives, and almost for the greater, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
I personally use Dragon Ball or any other anime as, in a sense, of escape from reality. It's helped me with a lot of, like, we'll say bad times in my life.
Yeah.
And I can do nothing but thank Akira Toriyama and everyone else who helped him create Dragon Ball in its entirety. But got a little emotional there. We talked about earlier in October, which is a little over a month away. October 11th to be exact.
Yeah.
A game called Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, aka Tenkaichi 4, is coming out. What are you looking forward to?
In all honesty, the main thing I'm looking forward to is they're bringing the what if scenarios as a just immediate thing. Like, what? This isn't a trailer, so this ain't spoiling. So anyone saying it's spoiling, it's not. You can pick to go with Piccolo or not go with Piccolo and go with Krillin to fight Raditz. And then it shows Krillin dying.
Shocker.
Well, this was great. No. Dying with Grade 8 Vegeta and Goku going Super Saiyan.
Oh, okay.
As a this is in the trailer, so no spoilers. But yeah, no, that is what I'm really excited for. Plus the old mechanics. Oh my god, that's what I was going to tell you because I forgot about it. Is you can set your controller to the old Tenkaichi.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah, no, I looked at the wife and I was like, I need another PS5 controller, and she goes, why? And I showed her how expensive the Spider-Man one is. She goes, fair.
Me personally, I'm looking forward to the characters.
Oh,
not just like everybody, because I think it was like 160, and they talked about it. It's not a spoiler. Everything we're saying is either they've said it or there's videos or trailers of it.
Yeah.
But the characters, there's like 164 different characters, and Goku and Vegeta alone have 20 different variants each.
Yeah.
Which I think is I mean, I know they got a lot, but holy crap.
I was going to say, I think 3 had, 170?
You had to unlock a lot of them, but yeah.
Like 170 characters.
But another thing I'm looking for, aside from the gameplay and like the graphics and everything, because the next gen systems are fantastic with that, is the stages. I watched somebody, and you can go watch it, I think Rhyme or Dotto.
Yeah, they
got early access.
They got early access at Comic-Con.
Played it, and they're at the World Tournament. They, of course, they did Goku and Vegeta, and they blew up the stands, and the people leave. Like, Vegeta doesn't just commit mass murder on the game, but they blew up the stands, and then you can fly out of the stadium and fight around it. And that, I'm like, I just can't wait for that. Like, I'm full ready for Sparking Zero.
Oh yeah,
100%.
I was gonna say, you know why it's called Sparking Zero?
Why?
Because in Japan, Tenkaichi's sparking.
Oh.
So yeah, so basically they're naming it Sparking Zero as a reset here in the West to stay with Japan.
Yeah. Okay. Any more on the game for you, bud?
You said about the other things I was going to enjoy, but mainly the what if, because I love what if scenarios in Dragon Ball, which a good series to play if you just want to play the games is the Xenoverse games, because it is basically a giant what if.
And actually brings me into my next question for you, my friend. What are your favorite Dragon Ball games up until now?
Definitely Tenkaichi 2. I've been playing a lot of that lately. Because Tenkaichi 3 is expensive. Be careful if you're trying to buy it, because people are trying to get almost $200. It's ridiculous.
I own it. Sorry.
And he's currently playing the other one.
I'm going to show you. That's why I loaded it. My bad.
No, he's just trying to get his dailies right now. Don't listen to him.
I don't know how well you can see it. It's a mobile game that go ahead and talk about it.
It's Dragon Ball Dokkan Battle. It is a gacha. How I don't want to say puzzle, but it's similar to like the puzzle games where you gotta match certain things.
It's essentially like a puzzle game, but it's not a puzzle game.
Yeah, and it is really fun, and that game gives you characters that we haven't seen in any game because they're like, here's a character that's just new to the manga or exclusive to this. Like
they are running out of ideas. I will say that.
Yeah, I will have to say that the ideas are getting low because like this is what our 4th or 5th Broly of this of the original Brolys.
Right. And Dokkan, if you ever creators of Dokkan, if you happen to watch this, we're not bagging on you. We know
we love the game.
We know it's difficult.
Yeah.
But we're just throwing it out there. Any more games for you? I was gonna say Tenkaichi 2 is actually one of my favorites. I have Tenkaichi 3, by the way.
I know.
But Tenkaichi 2 is one of my favorites, and honestly, it's because once you beat the game, you can replay the game if you like. You can go with Goku, and you can be Roshi Radix and go Super Saiyan 3 and just be like, look at my hair, it's the same as yours. Or, I'm going to say Dokkan is up there. Because me and him, we've been playing this game for 9 years.
It's been out for 9 years, and we've been playing since almost day one.
Every day we log in and, collect stuff. But, I would have to go with Xenoverse 2, for sure.
Yeah, that's definitely up there for me. It's just...
So basically what the Xenoverse games is you create your own character. You can be a Saiyan, you can be a Namekian, human, a Majin race, android, Frost Demon, aka Frieza's class.
Which, I don't know why they never explained what...
I don't.
And like, so, real quick, Frieza's race... We didn't get the Frost Demon name until the Xenoverse games came out, which was, 2016?
Yeah, I think so.
Like, so that is almost 30 years after... No, that is almost 30 years on the dot. So,
but no, Xenoverse, it's a fantastic game, and if you want to go pick it up, PlayStation or Xbox, Xenoverse 2, I think they're done making DLCs. They made a ton of DLCs.
Yeah, I was going to say, and right now would be time to pick it up because it's $20 for the next gen versions.
Yes.
Anywhere.
So I highly recommend go get it.
And that's USD, real quick. Sorry.
Yes, USD. I mean, if you ever watch in other countries, talk to your local game store, and go from there. But I'm actually going to throw a question that I didn't tell you about because I just thought about it. Worst Dragon Ball game up until now.
Worst? Oh, I'm gonna get hate for this, but Burst Limit. Or no, sorry. I'm gonna take that one back. Ultimate Tenkaichi.
Y'all didn't hear any of the first one though.
Yeah, just retrying. No, Ultimate Tenkaichi. Oh, first created character, but really bad story. It was just.
I agree.
When you're fighting Grade 8 baby and you only go Super Saiyan 1, I have questions.
Yeah, that's fair. Mine would either be that one or what is that game? It's Dead by Daylight theme kind of thing.
Oh, Breakers?
Breakers, yes. Oh god, that game was terrible. I played that game. You can give me hate. I understand. I played it. I couldn't get behind it.
Yeah.
And to the point of, I watched the decline in price because of how bad people think it was. Game came out at around $40 when it came out. I think 2 months later, I saw you could buy it for $15 and it wasn't on sale. It was just they lowered the price.
They try to make a Dead by Daylight game with Dragon Ball, which is possible. It is very possible to make it like that. They just poorly executed it because
it was rushed.
Yeah, it was rushed, and it runs on the same engine as Xenoverse.
Yes.
And it was bad. I literally, it's bad enough for me to block it from my memory. And mind you, at home, I have almost the entire collection of all the Dragon Ball games, including that one, and I've skipped over that one.
That's true. Yeah. But I think it's about time we wrap it up. I think I like ending these videos with questions for them. Yeah. So first question I asked you guys about was name your favorite moment, but also tell us. You don't have to do all the questions, by the way. You can.
No, they're required. No.
You have to do it or else no. tell us your favorite form, your favorite character,
your favorite anything from the series, whether or even outside of it. In my opinion,
all right. Ask us questions too. Maybe we'll do a video and it'll be about every topic that we talked about or anything else. We will answer the questions. I mean, that sounds like a good idea to me at least. But I hope you guys have a great day, and we'll see you next time. And remember, we love nerdy things more than Vegeta believes he is the hype.